4, we have stop always saying yes. I think a lot of misconceptions that people have is that being a yes man and saying yes to everything all the time is going to benefit you in the long run, when in reality, all it does is drain you, make people take advantage of you, and doesn't do anything good for you. If you're constantly giving a girl money, taking her shopping, taking her on trips, constantly at her beck and call 24/7, she's going to probably keep using you until you put an end to it. So unless you're happy being her sugar daddy and that's something you guys had an agreement on before this started, you have to cut this out. You have to stop always saying yes to people. This isn't even about just saying yes to a girl in your life. I think it's really saying yes to everyone. When you're constantly a people pleaser and you're afraid to let other people down, you actually do a lot of harm to yourself because you're not doing what makes you happy. You're doing what you think everyone else wants you to do or what you think everyone else thinks you should be doing instead of doing what you actually want to do. This is for anyone in your life, not just a girl, but I think you'll notice it the most in your romantic relationships. So more than just doing things for people, you don't always have to agree with what everyone says. You're allowed to say no and you're allowed to have your own opinion because at the end of the day, you are your own person and that's what makes you different and special. So you don't always have to agree with what everyone says all the time just for the sake of agreeing. You're also allowed to say no to something that you don't want to do. You're not a bad guy for saying no, and she shouldn't make you feel like a bad guy if you don't say yes all the time. Every single healthy relationship requires you to be open about what you like, what you don't like, what you want, and what you don't want, so that you can make sure that you and your partner are on the same page. People who say yes all the time are often very insecure because they don't feel confident enough in themselves or secure enough in themselves to stand up for what they actually think or what they believe in. So you have to learn to stand up for yourself when you feel like you're being taken advantage of, or just learn to say no when you don't want to do something. The right girl or just the right person in general will not make you feel like a bad guy for saying no because they'll respect you and the boundaries that you're setting. So keep this in mind. You don't always have to say yes to everything. Often it just makes you look like you don't respect yourself anyway. Also, how boring is it to be with someone that just agrees with everything you say or that just says yes to everything that you do? While that might seem like it would be a perfect world, I promise it gets really old after a while because part of the perks of being human and having friendships and relationships is to see different sides of things and to be able to have conversations that kind of make you think about the way you feel about things. So I think it's nice to actually talk to someone that disagrees with you sometimes.